Hello, my name is Jordan Terry, and I will be doing my presentation on one of my authors for my final paper, Anna Letitia Barbald, and her works Washing Day and To a Little Invisible Being Who is Expected Soon to Become Visible. Barbald wrote in the British Romantic period, which has characteristics including a strong emphasis on individuality and a strong desire for reform, which included the expanding and changing of women's rights. With both of the writings by Barbald, she showcases the everyday struggles of women and the gender roles just in general for women into a little invisible being who is expected soon to become visible. She shares the joy and individuality of being a woman and the joys of pregnancy, while in contrast, Washing Day shows the all day hectic affair of making sure that all of the washing gets done while the men are not required to participate, yet they still want a full, 4-course meal with the inclusions of a Barbald is trying to showcase the differences in roles of men and women while subtly pushing the agenda of a reform of those roles. And just by making sure that they're known and out into the public. In Grace Ellis's memoir of Barbald, titled A Memoir of Miss Anna Letitia Barbald, with many of her letters, she includes a letter from Barbald to Elizabeth Montague. Montague and several other ladies had been trying to get Barbald to come be a teacher at an all-girls school. And in this letter, she speaks of the differences in education when it comes to boys and girls, with boys having a vast range of instruction from different topics, and girls only being able to study from a select few topics. And she was saying that she did not feel it would be wise. First of all, she's not a teacher. She said, she's not a teacher. I wouldn't know how to teach. But I don't believe it would be wise to invoke my knowledge in this situation, because she said she stepped out of the female reserve by becoming an author, and it is not typical of women. So she didn't feel that it would be smart in that situation to try to persuade these young girls to do that, but she still wanted to make sure that the girls were getting the same education as boys, just not by her. She wanted it to be done by someone with more knowledge and someone who didn't necessarily go against the norm in such a bold way by having her works out into the open, almost. I do feel it's very important for modern readers to understand why women like Barbald felt the need to write on issues like gender equality. In order to really understand why she wrote on gender equality, they would need to understand that women in the British Romantic period were treated very differently than women are treated today. And that is something that I hope I can convey in my final paper by using authors like Barbald, along with Elizabeth Browning and Virginia Woolf, and how their works have evolved over time, because the gender roles and the gender equalities were slowly being changed, and becoming a female author was becoming more widely accepted than it was when Barbald had started writing. I am attaching a file. That way you can see my citations that I quoted in this video. Thank you.